everyone. It is LaShawn, holistic health practitioner with Ankh Feminine Wellness Spa. And in today's Wellness Wednesday, we will be discussing womb wellness. Okay. Um, Most of you probably already know that I'm a Yoni steam practitioner, but under the title of being a womb under the title of being a Yoni steam practitioner, there are different services that I provide, not just the Yoni steaming. I also provide therapeutic touch or womb massage, also the detoxifying clay womb wrap. And one of my newest certifications that I've earned is womb Reiki. And I also provide services for yoni eggs as well. So I'm going to be discussing each one of these items here and giving more information, the benefits, who would benefit from it. So that's the information that I will be giving to you guys this evening. Please like the video. Because we're in a private group, we cannot share. You cannot share the video in this group. But if you follow me on my business page on Feminine Wellness Spa, I'm going to post it there, and from that page, you will be able to share it with others that you think would like this information. So again, my name is LaShawn Tabo, and I am a holistic health practitioner. And under that title, I carry many certifications: Yoni Steam practitioner, womb Reiki, also. I provide different holistic services for women. So let's get started, okay? um, the first thing I want to talk about is yoni steaming. Okay, so yoni steaming is something that's very big on the scene right now. Okay, I look at other people's Instagrams, Facebook pages, just to kind of see what everybody is doing. And what I want to say is that I am a certified Yoni Steam practitioner. I went to Love My Womb Academy, and that's where I received my certification at. Prior to going to Love My Womb Academy, I already knew how to do yoni steams as far as putting the different herbs together for different conditions that might be affecting the womb. But through Love My Womb Academy, what I learned is the spiritual healing part of yoni steaming. And from what I can see with different places that are providing this service, that's some of the things, that's one of the major things that's missing is the healing part of it. So what I want to talk about first is the physical part of yoni steaming. When a client comes in to me, I can sit down with her, talk with her to see if she has any issues that she might be experiencing. I could put together a custom blend just for her. So if a woman comes in and she's telling me that her cycles are too long, we can do a blend that can help to regulate her cycles and get that under control. If she's having cramping, I can also do a herbal blend for that. Um, just to kind of go down the list, cramping, heavy periods, having no periods at all. If a woman is having reoccurring yeast infections or bacterial vaginosis, there's a steam that I custom blend for that as well. Women that are having issues, I don't want to say issues, but they're going through the change of life. They're going through menopause. So sometimes their pH balance is a little bit off, hormones is off. And I do a blend for that. It also helps with vaginal dryness, and it helps to balance out their hormones as well. I actually termed that one the wise woman, because we're in those wise woman years where we have, wisdom to share with the younger generation, but we still want to feel youthful ourselves, so that steam can help women that are going through menopause or they're perimenopausal. But I also do specific blends for women that have PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome, endometriosis, and also fibroids. Fibroids is a big one that, a, there's a large community of women that come in that have fibroids. They could be in the beginning stages where they're very small, or where they're accelerated, and I felt them about the size of a grapefruit at times. So I've worked with women on all levels as far as the fibroids is concerned. So again, some benefits of yoni steaming is being able to regulate your cycle, reducing your menstrual cramps, pH balance, regulating your hormones, helping with increasing your sexual libido, vaginal dryness, relaxation, and overall just having a better cycle. And my experience with that is maybe about 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I was 44 years old. So at 44 years old, my cycle I felt was too long. It was about 7, sometimes 8 days long. I would have maybe about 4 or 5 days where it was heavy. And I started steaming on a regular basis. When I say steaming on a regular basis, I was steaming at least 3 times a month, right after my cycle, always, in each in 2 weeks following that. Now I steam right after my cycle and at least one other time. But what happened was my cycle reduced. It's now about maybe 4 days, about 4 days, and I have just that one day where I would consider it to be medium. I would even consider it to be heavy. But that was just being consistent with the yoni steams that I say that the reason why that really helped. Um, and something I want to say about yoni steaming, especially if you're using it to help with regulating your cycle, you have to be consistent with the steams. You can't come in one time and think that, okay, everything is going to be okay. When you come in and you have the first steam, that next steam that you have is probably going to be heavier. It's probably going to dislodge a lot of things that might be in your womb. So sometimes when women experience that, even though I tell them that this is something that's going to happen, they were like, "Oh no, this made me bleed heavier." It's no, what it's doing is it's releasing and eliminating those things that need to be released from your womb space. So after that, they progressively get better with each steam. So it's very important that you keep a regular schedule with doing your steams. Okay. Um, Okay, let's talk about the spiritual part of yoni steaming. This is one of the great things that I learned at Love My Womb Academy, how it could actually help with not just with relaxation, but releasing those things from your womb space that have been kind of weighing you down. So when you do a yoni steam, you're working with your sacral chakra. Your sacral chakra is where your womb lies. And within our sacral chakra, there's energy, and that energy can be stagnant. It could be circulating slowly, or it could be regulated at the right space where it should be. So as women, sometimes we're bogged down with everything that's happening in our day-to-day lives. We're taking care of our kids, our jobs, but we're not actually taking care of ourselves the way we should. We come last. We're not coming first. I had a one teacher, one mentor. She used to always say self first, but not self only. Meaning you're going to take care of yourself first, and everybody else is going to get taken care of as well. But if you're functioning at your highest potential, your highest vibration, you're going to be able to take care of everybody else. So taking care of yourself, it should always be number one. Okay, so back to the yoni steam part of it. When you do the yoni steam, you're working with that sacral energy, and it can help to balance it out to where you feel more balanced, more lighter in your body, because that energy is going to be it's not going to be stagnant anymore. You're going to be getting it out of your system. And there's a couple of things that I have clients to do when they come in at Ankh Feminine Wellness. I actually have them to do some journaling, some writing, something that's going to assist them in releasing those things that does not serve them. And that's where that spiritual and emotional part of the healing comes into play at, with the release of those things that's not serving you. And then we petition the universe to take care of those things for you, and you'll feel a whole lot better after the steam. So not only do you get the physical healing, but you'll get the spiritual and the emotional healing as well. Um, if anyone has any questions, I do see that people are kind of coming in and out. So if there's any questions, just put them in the comment section. I'll look at it from time to time to address those. So I'm going to move on to the next womb wellness service that I provide, and that is womb massage or therapeutic touch. Um, The first time I had a womb massage, I really didn't know what to expect. And the womb massage has to do with circulating the energy within the abdominal region. And a lot of times we're not even touching ourselves in that area or letting someone else touch us there. So when the womb massage first starts, when I received, I'm talking about my experience right now. I was like, okay, I really don't know about this. But as the massage or the therapeutic touch continued to go on, I became more relaxed, and that energy was able to circulate and to be able to dispel out of my womb space. And afterwards, it was a feeling of euphoria. I felt I felt on 10 for probably about 4 or 5 hours after that. It was a great experience. So it was something that of course I wanted to repeat over and over again. Now, to tell you more about the benefits of not just the relaxation and the euphoric feeling that I received, but the main thing is it improves circulation in the abdominal region, bringing oxygen-rich blood to your internal organs and especially to the womb space. Um, so it brings the oxygen-rich blood to the organs. For someone that is very knowledgeable and know how to really get in there and kind of, you know, I don't, they really know how to palpate for your organs, know which organs and where they're at. They're able to bring better alignment of the organs. And by getting the womb massages, it can help to decrease your pain during your cycles. It also helps with regulating your cycles as well, and for ovulation. It can help with that. And for a woman that's trying to get pregnant, it can actually help with preventing miscarriages, helping to strengthen the womb. It can also help with, let's just say if you've had some challenges with your pregnancy, it can help to strengthen and tone and make that womb space, make it more fertile. So it does help with increasing fertility. It can help to relieve PMS symptoms as well. And if you have ovarian cyst, especially through PCOS, and for women that have uterine fibroids, it can help with reducing those as well. Now, I want to say something about the fibroids because I have a lot of women that come to me that have fibroids, and they've probably read on the internet, hey, I can start Yoni steaming and this can help me to reduce the size of my fibroids. That is actually true. And I've had clients where that has happened. What happens a lot of times is before the healing actually happens, women will stop coming in to do the services. And it's not just the yoni steam that the woman should be doing. She should also be doing, well, she should be doing the yoni steam, and she should be doing that anytime that she's not on her cycle, if she has the fibroids. She should also be doing the womb stimulation. That's going to help. When I do the womb stimulation, I do that with castor oil. Castor oil is one of those oils that can actually help with detoxifying the womb space and actually helping to decrease the size of the cyst. And in conjunction with the yoni steam, the womb massage, there should also be a womb detox wrap. That should be going, all three of those services should be happening when a woman is trying to naturally decrease the size of her fibroids. So again, that's yoni steaming, the womb massage or the therapeutic touch, and also the detox clay wrap. What the wrap is going to do, it improves circulation in the area. It stimulates cellular health. So that's going to help to eliminate or cells that are not as healthy, help to replace it with more healthy cells. It helps to remove heavy metals, toxins. It'll also give you minerals that your body actually needs. And it can also help to break up fallopian tube scarring. I actually had a client who was successful in doing that and actually became pregnant afterwards. So it does happen. And it can also help to eliminate harmful bacteria as well. So that's the Detox Clay Womb Wrap. Several benefits to it. One of the main things I want to say, if you're considering doing holistic wound care, you have to be consistent. It's not just let me come in, let me do a service every now and then. You have to be very consistent with it. I usually sit down and I do a treatment plan with you, and it's important that you follow the treatment plan. I also discuss nutrition, because nutrition has a lot to do with your womb as well. So we sit down, we talk about all these different aspects of the plan and how often you should come in to get the services completed. Um, but they're great, but several great benefits. Oh, and another thing I want to say, the yoni steaming, the womb massage, or the therapeutic touch, and the detox clay wrap, you don't have to have an issue to receive these services. When I receive these services, I don't have issues. I don't have any issues. It's just that it's a part of my self care. It's a part of me loving on myself and loving on my womb space. You have to think about your womb as a part of you, but also a piece of you that is not of you, if that makes any sense. You want to give her some special love and attention, because your womb is your center. When your womb is unbalanced, you're going to be unbalanced. And that's a great segue to womb Reiki. Womb Reiki is a treatment that I just became certified in. The class was wonderful. I had an awesome teacher in that class, and I learned a little bit more. Okay. But womb Reiki. Okay, so you already know that Reiki itself is energy healing. So womb Reiki is targeted specifically to the womb space. The womb has 7 chakras within it. I didn't even know that, and the names is heavenly. Let me just say that. Um, but it can help to clear blockages in the yoni. It creates a free flow of energy in the reproductive system. So that goes back to your fertility. For a woman that's having fertility issues, womb Reiki is a service that she would probably want to look into. It clears emotional congestion. It eliminates spiritual stagnation as well. And it helps to clear up energetic trauma. So if you've suffered or experience maybe rape, uh, child molestation, maybe you've had abortions, anything that affected you in a way, a hysterectomy. Women who have hysterectomies, they think that they can't do these services either. The thing about it, when you have a hysterectomy, they physically remove your fallopian tubes, they physically remove your ovaries, they physically remove your womb space, but they don't remove it energetically. Sometimes when I talk to women who have had a hysterectomy, they still get PMS symptoms. They still feel like they're getting bloating around the time of the month that they usually would experience those symptoms. And that's because energetically your womb is still there. They only physically removed it, but not the energy of your womb. So these services are still for you as well. Womb Reiki can also help with clearing up spiritual baggage, and then just bringing harmony to all your reproductive organs is something that Womb Reiki does, and just provides overall healing. But one of the greatest things that I learned about Womb Reiki is that when you receive it, the healing is not just for me. The healing is for my lineage, past, present, and future. So it can help to clear up some of that generational things that you've been dealing with within your bloodline, fibroids, endometriosis, maybe a lot of miscarriages might have been happening in your family, but something that's just keeps reoccurring that affects the womb. Womb Reiki is a service that could actually help to balance that. Okay. I don't see any questions right now, so I'm going to move on to the next bullet point here, and that's yoni eggs. Yoni eggs are not new at all. They've been around not centuries. We'll just say for centuries. But yoni eggs are crystals, and if you know what a crystal is, crystals carry certain energies, just depending on what type of a crystal it is. In my spa, I use rose quartz yoni eggs because that's has to do with the heart and the womb. I use clear quartz because that's an overall healing stone, and it's also for your crown chakra. Amethyst, great healing stone. Black obsidian, because that helps with dispelling negative energy. And I also do carnelian. Carnelian is the womb stone, baby. It's great. um One of the things I hear from women sometimes when they've used a yoni egg, sometimes they'll say, "Well, I put it in and it wouldn't come out. I had to do something to try to get it out." If the yoni egg is not coming out, it's because it's there doing some healing. So you don't always want to try to force it out. You want to give it a little time. The yoni egg being in place for 4 or 5 days is not going to it's not going to be an issue. Actually, one of the young ladies that I took my Yoni Steam practitioners course with, she had one in for 30 days. For 30 days. So she needed that she needed that healing. And it finally came out when it was her cycle time. Her body finally released the yoni egg. But afterwards she felt great. I had one of my clients to tell me I think she had one in for maybe about 2 weeks or so, but she had a fibroid, and that her fibroids got better after that. So yoni eggs can provide healing through the energy associated with the crystal, but it also there's some physical benefits as well. Yoni eggs are what you would use to help to increase the tightness of your vagina. I know there's a lot of places that say that yoni steams will help with making you tight. The vagina is a muscle. It's a muscle. And if you think about muscles, muscles have to be used to be strengthened. Okay. So sitting over a pot of herbs is not the only thing you need to do to tighten your womb, to tighten your vaginal area. But yoni eggs can definitely help with that. And basically, when you insert the yoni egg, you might start off with a larger size. And once you know that you can keep that one in for a period of time, then you would go and you would decrease size. Now, how do you know when it's time for you to decrease size? If you can go to the restroom and you can keep that yoni egg in while you're urinating, that means that your muscles are good to go with that size yoni egg. And then you might need to go down a size. Then you just keep repeating it. One of my clients, she could use very small yoni eggs, but she had been doing it for years. When I say very small, I mean like the size of a marble, the size of a marble. But she had, again, been using them for years. So physically, it can help with tightening the vagina, tightening the pelvic floor. So if you are having issues with bladder control, a yoni egg is something that you could do to help to tighten your pelvic floor. For women that have had hysterectomies, that's another, you can use it again to help with tightening the vaginal area as well. Um, as time goes on and you're able to manipulate the yoni egg within your vaginal canal, it gives you better control over your orgasms. So that's another great benefit to it as well. But overall, yoni eggs are just great. It's for healing and for physical, just for the physical benefits as well. Mainly tightening the pelvic floor or strengthening the pelvic floor so that as we age, we don't have those issues with leakages with urine, and being able just to have better control overall. Okay, so I don't see any questions at this time. I'm looking back over my notes just to kind of, see if I missed anything. But I think I covered everything on a whole. So again, yoni steaming has several benefits, especially with regulating your cycle, reducing menstrual cramps, pH balance. Again, you can come in, you can talk to me, tell me what symptoms you're experiencing, and I can make a custom blend just for you. It doesn't have to be anything that I have off the shelf. So that's one of the great benefits of going to someone that's knowledgeable is with the herbs and with the yoni steaming. Therapeutic touch or womb massage, that's another great service treatment that you should try. Number one, just for relaxation, but also if you're trying to get pregnant, if you're trying to reduce the size of fibroids, cysts, it's another great treatment to have. And the detox clay wrap to help to remineralize your womb space, to help to put back some great things in there and to pull out those things that does not serve you and your womb. Womb Reiki, healing on a whole nother level, not just for you, but also your past and your future generations. And the yoni eggs, strengthening the pelvic floor, better control, especially with the bladder, so you're not having those leakages. Again, my name is LaShawn Tabo. I'm a holistic health practitioner with Ankh Feminine Wellness Spa. You can reach me at the spa at 770-731-0809. Visit the website www.ankhfeminine.wellness.com. There you can see all the different services that are offered. You can schedule appointments. But if you just want to sit down and talk, you can schedule a consultation. You can definitely do that on the website where you'll just come in. I'll do an intake form with you to figure out, to determine what's for you and your greatest good, what's going to serve you in your womb space. Um, that is one of my highest priorities. Okay. So I want to thank you for listening. I really appreciate you. And until the next time, to the next one with to the next Wednesday wellness. Have an amazing have an amazing rest of your evening. Oh, but I do want to say that the next Wednesday wellness is going to be on weight loss slash weight release, and I'm going to tell you the difference between those two in the next Wellness Wednesday. Until then, have an amazing day.